Hi, this is Jamie Grunwell from GoSafety Solutions. This short video is about contractors and how to manage contractors. So we've got a procedure here that basically shows all the processes for selection and evaluation of contractors. We want to make sure that they've got health and safety systems in place to keep their workers or visitors, contractors that come work around them or for them. So we want to check some basic processes and systems to make sure they've got those in place and they're using them on a regular basis. Something we want to make sure we're doing is checking that we're actually seeing completed paperwork and not just forms. We want to see that they're completing the paperwork and that looks like it's a constant thing that they're doing. Okay, so we've got a procedure here that you can go through and follow. And you've also got this video here to tell you a little bit about how to manage the process. So what we do is we send them out the contract about an agreement and declaration, and that basically is an agreement by the contractor that they're going to abide by our health and safety rules while they're on site. So they're going to follow the Health and Safety at Work Act 2015. They're going to abide by all health and safety rules and conditions. They're going to abide by emergency procedures, and the list goes on. One of the things they're going to abide by is if they have an incident or a near hit, they're going to tell us about it, and they're going to inform us and send the paperwork. If they have a serious incident, they're going to tell us ASAP, so we can also contact work safe. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. They sign it, date it, and send it back. The next thing we're going to do is when we send out the agreement, we're also going to send out a check sheet asking for the particular documents. So those documents are signed health and safety policy, some daily hazard risk process that they use, incident and notifiable event procedure, emergency plan, safe working practices. So if they're coming on site and they're going to be working on ladders, I want to see a ladder SOP. If they're going to be working on the roof, I really want to see a task analysis or a JSA for working on the roof. Training evidence. So if they're going to be working on the roof, I want to see that they've evidence of training. So they've done working at height training the people. And for a ladder, for example, I want to see the ladder SOP and training that they've had adequate ladder training. I'll also want to see some inspections that have been done while they've been working on ladders to say, hey, they've been noticed to be working on ladders really well. A copy of public liability and indemnity insurance, and some other certificates from staff like first aid certificate, induction certificates. Or I want to see all of this information, or I want to see a copy that they've got SHE or SiteWise or Totika, because that means that if I've seen the certificate from SHE, SiteWise or Totika, etc., I know that they've been audited and they've got all that safety information anyway. Okay, but I still want to see a copy of their signed health and safety policy, a hazard risk process, an incident notifiable event procedure, and a copy of their insurances. Okay, and this is for office work that I've seen it, yes or no. And then I'll rate the contractor. So I'll say level 1, a full health and safety system and evidence is current, so a large contractor will have that. You've got basic health and safety system and evidence is current. 3, minimal health and safety documentation. 4, one-man band, and they've been told to follow your health and safety system. Okay, that relates to the supervision required. So level 1, It means they've got a full health and safety system, monitor weekly to monthly. So you've got to do a site inspection at least weekly to monthly, maybe a couple of months. Level 2 is monitored daily, so you want to do more site inspections. 3, direct supervision. 4, direct supervision required at all times. Okay, and then you will say they've got sufficient evidence required to start work. Yes, no, and the expiry date. So the expiry date is usually the end of the site WISE or SHE or TOTOCA certification, or if they haven't got any of those things and you're just going through the evidence and having a look because it's a small business, usually I want to have a look at it in a year's time, at the latest in a year and a half. So you put that date down. So that information will be put onto the approved contractors register, and basically you'll have that information, who they are. If they're in the green, means they're good to go, and you'll just fill out the information. If they're in another colour, I might have the colour system down here. No, don't. You might go orange, they're nearly ready to go, and red, don't use them. They haven't given us any of the information we needed. Okay, we've also got, I've put in there in the health and safety system, a quick letter to send out to the contractor when you're asking for the agreement, and you're also asking for the due diligence form to be completed and sent back before they start work. Now, it's good to tie the contractor, all his contractor information. Remember, you want them in the green before they start work. So you need to think about all the contractors that you're going to use, or any contractors you might use on an emergency situation, and get them sorted out. Usually I contact payroll and I let payroll know that a contractor cannot be paid unless they are in the green. So it's a good way to get around if you've got a few people working in the business hiring contractors. They have to get them signed off before they start. If you've got any questions about managing contractors, this is just a short spiel just to get you started, feel free to contact me at GoSafety Solutions. Cheers.